Yo, welcome back to another week, another segment. To
There you
what?
go. Express yourself. What's up? Come
What's
on.
up, man?
Come on. Let's go.
What's up?
What's up?
So we got a guest today, man. Miss Alexia. You want to tell them a little about yourself real quick?
Yeah.
You go ahead and I'll introduce everything we're gonna do.
My name is Alexia. I just want to give thanks to Mac for inviting me out to do an episode on his podcast. It's an honor and it's a pleasure. I'm excited to get down into what we're going to talk about and just give y'all some really good nuggets. I'm 27 years old, born in Mexico, but raised in the Fort Wayne area. I'm definitely down to Fort Wayne. I love Fort Wayne, and I'm all about helping the community and especially the youth. So,
And she's not lying. So this has been my teammate. I always call her my best teammate ever.
yeah.
And that's been since so we met each other at the Boys and Girls Club. We worked at the Boys and Girls Club back in 2016.
Yeah.
Which I only worked there for like 3 months, I think. But she never forgot about me. I never forgot about her. We had a very special moment back then. And from there, a few years go past. I think maybe, but so we started this 3 years ago. So 2020, about 2019, 2020, you reached out to me, and she invited me to come speak with this other organization. At the time, it was called Shadow for Success. Now it's called Building a Stronger Family. We're still a part of it. 3 years strong now. You know what I'm saying? And he's been rocking out. She speaks to the females, the girls. We also speak whenever it's a what is it called? How do you say like both
Mixture.
sexes?
Yeah.
A mixture. Yeah, when it's a mix. Co-ed. There you go. When it's co-ed, we both speak. And that's where you guys met from last segment. My bro 40 came on and we talked about day one. 40.
Yes, sir.
We came on and talked about day ones and real ones. I invited him on this year, and again, that kind of started with her just introducing that to me, that whole platform. And now I've been 3 years strong with it, and we're growing, So, just a little quick rundown. Today again, we were talking about. You can go check out talk about day ones, real ones last week.
Yep.
This week we want to talk about a little bit about bullying, man. I know I have a lot of youth that tunes into this. Some adults, man. I think some of y'all, man, y'all probably done experienced it and haven't quite got over that. And honestly, just because you're an adult, I feel like, just to give a quick take, I think that you still can be experiencing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Ms. Alexia, what's any take on bullying right away? Let's see. You could dive in it from any aspect. We just gonna go with it. First take is what we call it. First take. On bullying.
Bullying. Man, it's such a touchy topic, like a lot of other topics. And not only is it a touchy topic, but it's so deep. I mean, now at the age that I'm at, when I hear or see the word bullying, it's just like I want to go back and study it. And what I mean by that is when I was in elementary, middle school, high school, when I saw or heard of the word bullying, it was so painful. It was so aggressive. It was so dark. And it was, I could put it this way, it was like a giant. And now when I see or hear the word bullying, it's like I don't recognize it because I've healed from it. I've overcome it. I've aided those wounds of bullying. But I mean, not to shorten the definition, but just bullying to me is so, how do I put it? How do I word it? It's so you can't just, you have to be careful with it, because like you said, even adults experience bullying, especially in the work environment. I see it and I've witnessed it all the time, and I just take a step back and it's like, you're 20 something, you're 30 something, you're 40 something. How can you not be conscious enough to like notice that you're bullying, bashing people, whether it's cracking jokes on them or picking on them or harassing them? And so that's just a take on bullying. like I said, I haven't thought about it now. Yeah. Now that we're talking about it, like I said, it's something that I'd have to go back and study at 27 years old because 27 years. I mean, I look like it, but at 27 years old, I'm definitely going to take the time to go back and study it now because, again, at elementary, middle school, and high school, bullying was like, oh, I know what it is. You're like calling me names every day. You're beating me up. You're pushing me up against the locker. You're calling me names. You're joking me. You're teasing me. You know, you're whatever. But now it's like, dang, I don't recognize or I can come to identify with bullying. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, it's real.
know? And it's crazy, but it's a good crazy. Yeah. Because again, I've been able to come to heal from that because I was bullied tremendously. I mean, being from a different country and not being able to speak the language, I got bullied hardcore for that. I used to get shoved down, spat on, called names. I used to get what Mexicans, Hispanic used to get told are called aliens because we were from a different planet, you know? Yeah. And so I'd get picked on a lot and I'd get yelled at, like, go back to where you came from, whatever, you don't belong here, whatever. It really made me position myself in such an isolating space, you know, to question my worth, my identity. So yeah, bullying, at least where I'm at now in life, I'd have to go back and look at it in the face and like, who are you now? Not just to me, but us adults now, you know? Yeah. So those are just my thoughts and intake. But yeah.
What about you, Goose? You got any take on that?
Bullying, like, I mean, I could relate a little bit, like how she was saying, like obviously, like when we're younger, but I just feel like too, it just depends, like where you grow up, because it's just like I'm Hispanic too, but it's just like I grew up in Chicago, so the population of Hispanic over there is huge, right? A lot. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah. So like when I went to school, it was Hispanics, like all types of Hispanics, like Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Colombians, Ecuadorians. You could name it, any type of Hispanic. Okay. And then there was a lot of Polish, Germans, Bosnians, because Chicago is so diverse, you know. So the bullying over there, to me, like I wouldn't consider like I got bullied like when I was over there, but when I did come over here, it's just like we're not as a big population as it is over there, like here in like Fort Wayne, where the most population here is just either like whites, basically really just whites, to be real. Like it is. We're like we're like the white, yeah, because it's just like the blacks, Hispanics, Asians, we're just like so we're the minority, you know what I'm saying? Huge, yeah. So it's just like when I moved over here and stuff like that, it's just like people would like how she was saying, like just say names and stuff, but like I was brought up in Chicago and raised in Chicago where it's just like that shit didn't phase me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where like people would say things and it's like it wouldn't get to my head because it's just like I mean you can say what you want type shit, you know? So in that aspect, like for me it was different just because like how I said it really does depend like the area you grow into or like where you go to school. Like as crazy as it sounds, because it's like now in age like kids it's just like or I would see kids be like, oh, they transfer schools and stuff like that, and it's like, damn, why would he transfer schools or she transfer schools? And a lot of times it's because like for bullying, you know, even though they weren't in the area and stuff like that. And it's crazy that just off of bullying you had to have someone move schools, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like it would help them out because it's just like a fresh new start, fresh new beginning, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Is I feel like bullying has to do a lot with the area you're like in. Yeah. Cause it's just like I said, like when I was in Chicago, like obviously there was other sorts of bullying, but as far as like calling names or like disrespecting and stuff like that, just it was more different. It was more about like the way you look or your size or just your accent or shit like that. But it was never like a racial thing because it was they in Chicago, like I said, the popularity over there is more minorities here. You know what I'm saying? Over there, you go over there's all types. There's Asians, Bosnians, Polish, all that. Germans, Hispanics, all that. So it was different over there compared to over here. And like I said, when I moved from Chicago to here, like when they would try to bully me, I say try because like it would never phase me. So I never had that mentality where it's just like they would say stuff and I'd be like, damn, or I'd overthink it. You know what I'm saying? I've always had the mentality where it's just like I done been through this type shit. Like, you know, like it don't phase me. So that's my take on like bullying. Like I just feel like it matters like how you were raised and like where you go, like where your population's at, like what school you at, like where you at. Because that's like my take on it. Because like I said, I was raised over there, and then I moved halfway of sixth grade, like and going to seventh, like middle school. So it's like I was already old. So like my mature thinking and all that, like my understanding of a lot of like stuff was just like it didn't phase me. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't phase me. Cause like over there, I done heard a lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And not just that, but just like over there, we stick for each other. Like the minority sticks for each other type stuff. You know? And like over here, it's just like everyone's against everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even your own kind is against you. Type. You know? So yeah, that's my take on bullying. Like that I could say on that.
I can I think I actually do believe it. It's got a lot to do with where you're at, like the environment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think
that's the word.
that a lot.
Yeah, the environment.
The environment has a lot to do with it because I think my big okay, so I was born here, right? And I was here till I was about 10 years old, 9, 10 years old, and I just remember I don't remember like experiencing being bullied when I was here, right? So then when I moved to Gary, right, that's when I think I really like it was like I get shocked, like, and it scared me. You know what I mean? I really got scared because I wasn't used to this type of like being addressed in this way. You know what I'm saying? Almost attacked, like ready to fight me and beat me up because I'm the new kid. Because the complexion of my skin, you know, in Gary, most of them are predominantly darker complexion, you know, so I was getting called white boy a lot, you know what I'm saying, in Gary. You know, I was getting called I was getting called white boy. I was getting, you know, looked at like, who the fuck you think you are? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll beat your ass. Like, literally, just when I say I no word exchange to start that, it just happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of their sisters, cousins, girlfriends like me because, yes, I was a new kid at school. And again, I was lighter complexion compared to everybody else, too.
Right.
You know, so it was just different. I was different. I looked different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Way different. You know, so that's why I say I can agree with the environment change. You know, I experienced it just like that. You know, and it took a few years or so for it to really like for me to break. Well, I should say a year. It took about a year for me to break into that like boom, and then like they got used to seeing me because I wasn't going nowhere. I wound up living in Gary for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? But that initial like boom, like that shit was different, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yo, this shit shocked me and scared the fuck. I mean, I used to get chased home every single day going to Jefferson Elementary, and I would fourth grade, bro. I remember just getting chased home every single fucking day, bro. Like in the beginning of my school year, I say beginning of my school year. It kind of drifts off as time went by. Oh, not just that. Again, I was scared, but I wouldn't be. I never really fought in 4A before I moved there. So like, um, they would come to my house. They found out where I lived at, and they would just walk up and down my block. I don't know why they had this much time to do this, but they would walk up and down my block for a couple hours every day. Like, yeah, bitch, come outside. And when I say I didn't say or do nothing to make them do this for real,
right.
I never called them nothing. Bro, like literally, there was no reason behind it.
It was a one-sided thing.
Bro, it was so one-sided. Bro, it was so crazy. It wound up causing me getting in a situation where like they finally caught me. They finally caught me by myself because I used to run and I would get away every day. But one time, my mom asked me and my sister to go get some food for the family from McDonald's, and McDonald's was it was over a mile walk. You know what I'm saying? You know, when we're younger, that seems really long. You know, we ain't as tall, and I didn't grow. Like as tall as I am, I'm almost 6 feet, I'm about 5'10", 5'11". I was about barely 5 foot. You know what I'm saying? Back then, yeah, I was so short. I didn't grow until like my freshman year of high school, my sophomore year. So, I was little, and it took a while. Me and my sister went to get the food, and y'all, I remember, bro. I got the food. I'm coming out with these bags of food, and as I'm walking out the back door, they jump out these bushes and scared the shit out of me, bro. I dropped the food. Like, I just dropped all the food that we just bought.
Damn.
And was like, oh, shit. And they laughing, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, GG, my older son was like, yo, we cannot go home with no food. Like, I was like, I gotta go back in. And I was like, went back in, told the people from McDonald's, like, man, that order we just had, that big ass order, my mom got 7 kids. I was like, well, I just dropped all of it. You know, I need kind of, you know,
Right.
can we get it back or whatever?
Yeah.
And thankfully, McDonald's did give us the food back. As I waited, my sister got impatient. She left. I was stuck by myself. I kind of asked her not to leave. I didn't want her to leave, but because I felt it, I knew it was about to happen. You know what I mean? All those guys, they literally came to McDonald's and waited with me. You know what I'm saying? And she left. And as I'm walking out, you know what I'm saying? I walk a few blocks, they're like, you know what I'm saying? Let me get some of this in it. Like, I let someone get some of the fries, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, let them get some of my fries. I was like, fuck, if I don't get no fries when I get home, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And then I just remember I'm walking, and this dude hit me in the back of my head. Straight to the back of my dome. Boom. I tumble a little bit. I don't fall, though. And they all just started laughing. And one of them's rolling on a bike. It's about 6, 7 of them. And after that, they just thought it was funny and like walked off. And I was almost like, welcome to Gary.
Yeah.
Because that was it. You know what I mean? After that, I don't remember them like chasing after me no more like that. No, it was like, and I was mad, bro. Like, I was shitty, bro. Like, I couldn't believe that shit just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never experienced that before then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, man, that's one of my quickest introductions to bullying. Like, it was really quick, but yeah, that was like an introduction to bullying for me. And I was like 4th grade.
That's crazy.
You know, 4th grade was that for me moving to Gary. And I'm beyond grateful for that. As years went past, like I said, I started to get to know them. I just still never got close to that group, that they get them guys and nothing like that. But like, I just became a man of my own. You know what I'm saying? Or me and my groups, we just became our own people. You know what I'm saying? When they try to bully me again, like, I just learned to like start standing my ground. You know what I'm saying? It forced me to start standing my ground. You know what I mean? Which is the way I'm so like, y'all know me now. Like, I'm so like, what's the word?
Social?
I don't.
Social, like,
not social. It's more.
I don't have the word, but
you get what I'm trying to say.
If you know how to use your voice,
right,
and stand your ground.
I stand my ground. Like a man stands for nothing, fall for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, you know, I don't know. I just know how to like. I stand up for myself immediately now. Like, it's just like you can't push me over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's because of those moments though. It's because of that. It's because of that moment. Like, I got tested so much at Gary.
Yeah.
That again, most of the time it was really because of me being a new school kid, and because after elementary I only went there for 2 years. Then the middle school, new kid again, tested again. Went to that school for 2 years before getting kicked out and failed. Went to new school, tested again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it was just like, so I got tested like at least 3 times, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember dude tested me when I went to West Side, bro. The dude jumped on my motherfucking back. And as soon as he did, I grabbed his back and I slammed him on the ground in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And then he got up. He's like, "Okay, I just have to check." You know what I'm saying? And that was it. That was it.
So that
was it.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't had nobody walk with me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know. I'm grateful for that. Like I said, because now I'm more. Damn, there's a word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it. But I just know I'm more like
aware.
Just it's more like a direct term. Like, I'm just like if I see an issue or like I feel something, I'm more prompt to speak real quick. Yeah. I'll speak up real quick. Like, what'd you say? Or what is that? Yeah, so if I feel like you come in a certain way, like I'll attend to it right then and there. Like, we're not about to waste time. No, we're not about to waste time. What's that you trying to say? Yeah. Get off your chest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
And it's not even that I'm violent or nothing. Like, I'm not even about to fight you about it because I don't care about fighting. But it's just like, just speak your truth or get whatever you gotta get off your chest. Don't hold that shit in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so that's one of my initials. That's bullying to me. And I think I was thinking I was gonna ask, I guess too, man, what do you guys think, like, as we both just, I mean, as all 3 of us just explained what bullying was, I guess it's just now it would be what are some ways, like, cause like I know now, like, I just kind of gave some gems if you listen to those, what I just said at the very end, ways to deal with it. Like, you know what I'm saying now? Like, or like even prevent it from happening now. You know what I'm saying? Or and this is for self. This is not us seeing, like, witnessing other people get bullied.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. We can talk about that too, but I'm saying this one's more for self. Like, you know, because like you said, being 27 now,
right,
you almost got to relearn it, you know, and like restudy it because it's like it's different now. And like, why do you feel that in a sense? Like,
how do or I'll speak on the first two that you said.
okay, yeah, do that first. Yeah, go ahead.
How would I? At least I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's what we do. Hey, express yourself. Come on.
I'm gonna be honest. It's so, we do all, even adults, experience bullying. But me being at 27, like for a few years now, it's been rare that I've experienced like bullying, or even like grown people like pick on me or joke on me or clown or whatever, or tease whatever, or harass. It's rare. So I'm trying to remember a time. Okay, I could say there was a few times, a handful of times in certain work environments, and the way I dealt with it, honestly, at least for me, and what works for me, has been just to not give energy to it. As simple and easy saying it is, I just don't give energy to it. And because I'm so, I guess I know myself, I know what I stand for, I know what I stand by many times, and I get it from grown men, or even just people, males from my generation. But I'm quick to shut it down.
There you go.
And me being me, I don't know, like I can immediately just tell in somebody's face, they're like, oh dang, she's serious, let me back away, let me step away. Because it's the rare times that it has happened, I just don't give energy to her. I'm just like, I shut it down, like, hey, no, as simple as that. And everybody's different, and so the way you deal with it is going to be different. But at least for me, as simple as that sounds, and as easy that may sound, it works for me. You have to really have a strong sense of knowing who you are, what you stand by, what you stand for, and what you believe in, and to have that deep self-love. At least for me, so that when you do speak up, when you do stand up for yourself, like, people get it. And I think that's why these rare times that people have tried me, they're like, well, let me just, they turn away, because they know I'm not playing. No, I'm not going to give energy to it. I don't want that, whatever. It's not funny, whatever. So that's how I deal with it now. Because again, I'm just being honest, and it's not to say that my situations are perfect and I haven't experienced bullying now, but it's rare for me now. And again, I might have to spend some time to redefine bullying for me as a 27-year-old, 25 going into 30, that time frame, because it is so different. Looking at it through the lens that I see life through now, it's just so different compared to the lenses that I was looking at it in elementary and middle school and high school. Because again, like we said, the environment.
Man, this is huge, isn't it? It's so huge.
I guess the soil you're planted in, because it's just so different. So yeah, that's how I deal with it now. What was the other thing?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
That was pretty much that. Like,
Yeah.
I think I agree with that. Like, two keys to me, two key components, I should say, is definitely like environment, but then like you were saying, like a huge counter would be self-awareness, self-knowledge, self-love, self-worth. You know what I mean? Like, those would counter that. Like, I know that's where mine's come from. I don't remember last time I experienced bullying, because I ain't about to put up with that shit.
Because of who you are.
Because of who I am. Yeah, I just
like
know I won't tolerate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't tolerate it for others no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't even, like, some people say like not that they don't want you to speak on it and shit like that. But like, I don't know. I guess it's all in that moment. Like, sometimes I say something. Most of the time I actually do say something. I'm like, hey man.
Right.
No. Like, you see this person is like, they're not gonna defend themselves. Like, why you on that weak shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I put you on blast. Like, that's some weak shit, bro. Like, nah, let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Like, let that shit go, bro. It ain't that serious, bro. Like, let him live. Or let her live. You know what I mean? Like, she ain't did shit to you. You know, like, bullying is big to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't put up with that shit. Or name calling just for no reason. Like, I deal with a lot when I'm hosting basketball sessions. I've seen people try to act like or pick on them or something. Like, hey, bro, leave him alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see he not reacting or trying to like match the energy you throwing at him, like he's almost just like bowing down to it, like, and you keep going, like, bro, you bullying him, bro. Like, let him go, bro. Like, let that shit go. Like, that shit not about to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not even like I'm about to fight you about it. It's just, bro, let it go, bro. Like, it's simple, bro. Like, that's just not gonna go around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, But man, what was the original question? It was
how do you deal with it?
How you deal with it now?
Now?
Yeah, like if you, I mean, I guess, yes. If you like see it, or like, if you're experiencing it yourself, or if you don't experience it, why do you feel you don't experience it too? That might have been what it was like. That.
I think so.
Like I said, I mean,
you kind of
yeah, I kind of said in the beginning. Like I said, like I mean, I've gotten, like, I guess in a way, bullied, but like it never phased me. Like I never let it get into me, because it's just like, it's just like. As you're growing up though too, not yet, because like,
I know who I am, like,
yeah, because like I said, like when I moved like from Chicago to here, I was what, 12, say middle school, so 6th grade, 7th grade, like 12, 13. So it's just like during that time, yeah, you like obviously like when I moved here, like how you said, like it was more like, oh, the new kids is this and this, but it's just like I ain't get a phase, you know, like I didn't let it get like, because I was already like, I was like more like, I was more depressed, more of like, damn, like I got no one here, like no family, none of that shit type shit. Where it's just like the shit they were saying in school is just like, that's the least of my worries. Like I could give a fuck about what you think about me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it wouldn't get to me, because like I was more on my mindset of like, I got no family. I got like my group of friends I had are still over there, and I'm still like in touch with them. But it's just like, in here I don't got no one. There's this and this type shit, you know. So when they would say shit to me, it's just like it wouldn't phase me, because it's like that's the least of my worries.
Yep.
My worries is just like, damn, like I want to be around my family. I want to be like around my friends that I already had type shit. Like I don't want to be in like this city, like, because when I first moved, I was like, damn, this city whack as fuck, because it's just like there ain't shit here, and like you need a car to do shit here. Like in Chicago, like, bro, you could walk down the block, half a block, everything's at your disposal. Like gas stations, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Or you could just take a bus. You know how your way around in buses, like you go from this bus to this bus to this bus. You know what I'm saying? And the buses out there, since it's a city, they pass like every 5-10 minutes. Where here they pass like every 2-3 hours, and it's just like you need a car here or some form of transportation here. So I was just like, damn. I was just like stuck. So like I said, like maybe that's why I wasn't phased like with the type of bullying they were trying to give me, because it was like it wasn't on my mind. Like it wasn't on my worries of what they were saying. Like that was the least of my importance of it. And and then as of like now, it's just like I said, I don't get bullied now, but I'm saying like if I see it around, I've always been that type of way too. Like in middle school, like once I started knowing like my way, like the people and stuff like that, I would step in like when people would like get bullied, or like in high school, like me and you would do it sometimes in the lunchroom. Remember when people would try to like cut and shit like that? Yeah, and we would do it, or they would like try to like punk someone, and just like, nah, bro, like
there's nothing cool about it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I've always been that type of person where it's just like you can say what you want about me or whatever, but like I don't condone you stepping over other people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as far as that, like that's how I am as far as bullying. Like I'll step in, but I mean, like how I say though, I was about to ask y'all too. Is just like, have y'all ever caught yourself being like the bully?
Yes.
Cause like,
I think the honest answer has to be yes. I mean, I feel like there's no way I didn't ever bully.
Right.
But I think like most times mine was like, and it's not cool or nothing, but like I feel like most times it was like my siblings. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I was really used to. I don't feel like I was a person that aimed at. Okay, so when I first was getting bullied, right? I think if I recall back, I do remember me trying to take that out on like that next year, like me trying to take that out on certain people. Right. Like the next 2 years, like me trying to take it out on people. Like when I was so I went to that elementary school for 2 years, right? So then when I went to the middle school, I got to the visual and performing arts school. Like I was almost like the aggressor.
Right.
Like I was trying to provoke. Like what the fuck you know? I was aggressive, bro. Like I was very aggressive. Like almost like and they wouldn't even coming at me like that. I was just aggressive. You know. Right. So but that I don't think it lasted too long. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't last too long, but that was my original that was how I would originally do it. But that was my form of bullying. But after that, like once I got over that stage, like real shit, I really just started getting really like obsessed with just sticking to my damn self, bro. Like real
Right.
shit, like and just like I just really became anti-bully. Like I just was
Mhm.
like, I'm not with it. I'm not about to do it. Cause I started understanding like why I was doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Just like I really just started wanting the best for myself. Like I really did. Like once I know for sure the year I can really like if I gotta identify a year,
Mhm.
it was the year we moved down here from Gary. It was
Mhm.
my freshman year. I put the alcohol down, I put the weed down,
Mhm.
and like I was so focused. Like I mean, I was grown man focused. Like I'm not fighting no more in school. I'm not getting to with nobody.
Mhm.
I'm sticking to myself. I'm about to focus on my grades.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just focused that moment. So like even from that moment on, I know I just never tapped it back into that. I don't think it was cool at all. Like I'll laugh. You laughed at shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I can see that maybe, but I honestly didn't extend it too long.
Right.
Because once I became aware that like I was one of those people that once I became aware that I'm laughing at somebody and they're not comfortable with it, I would try to shut myself down.
Yeah.
Like stop doing that. Like, you could see because I know that was a form of bullying.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah.
laughing. Like it's funny. Like all of us. I mean, the guys were laughing at this person for maybe when they look, with the way they talk, whatever, right? Whatever. And I just once I become aware of it, like, ding, you're kind of bullying them right now.
Yeah.
I'd be like, and I just kind of like go quiet. I'd be like, or try to change the subject.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I just like, oh shit, this is not me. But I think it's just natural. You happen sometimes. You get that peer pressure. Sometimes peer pressure comes in disguise like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't know that you were laughing. Like you were gonna be doing that. You know, it came unexpected. Everybody laughing. Like, look at that nigga right there. That is it. Like this motherfucker got some. Everybody just still laughing from the previous talk or previous joke, and you kind of still. So, and I'm just like, oh shit. Once I become aware, I'm like, oh, this shit ain't funny. Like I've actually been here, bro. When I used to get laughed at because the nigga didn't have no shoes, bro. Like, gee, my motherfucking shoes was always knockoffs, and some motherfucking bought at the gas station, the corner store, fake as hell. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers used to gun my ass down about my shoes. You know what I'm saying? So once I became aware, I'd be like, nah, real shit, G, that's not funny.
Right.
You don't know what they got. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll stop that shit quick. You don't know what they got, and if that's all that they got, shit, come on, bro. Who is we to say that that's not okay?
Right.
You know, so I don't know. That's my
Right.
my answer to that.
It's just bullying again. It's so it runs deep.
Yeah,
It
it
runs
really
deep,
does, though.
and
It really is some in-depth shit when you think about it.
I mean, I know bullying from just years of evolution. Back then bullying was like nothing to our parents or other adults, and now bullying is so overly looked, and not in the sense that we're missing it, but we're just looking at it too much. That I mean, at least for me, if somebody calls it out as bullying, like I'm gonna respect it, regardless if it's like
I see that. Yeah.
if it's like maybe just cracking jokes here and there a day or whatever. But if you feel like it's bullying, or you see it as like, I've got to respect it, because it's just, I don't know, it's just so deep, especially for the young people now. To the young people, definitely become aware of bullying, the types of bullying, what it looks like, how it presents itself, and then if you're around it, because again, just bullying is so deep, it runs so deep, and you
like
really
that.
have to.
I want us to do that too. Like just because while you're doing that, that was one of my next topics too. It's gonna be like give advice, or so before we give advice, I guess let's do that. Let's name off what bullying looks like to us. Like we kind of did, but let's just important, like this segment. Let's just dedicate it towards what does bullying look like.
No, absolutely, because again, like,
you know what I mean.
It's like love. It's like the word love. The word bullying, bully is thrown around.
Like, it can be like
bullying.
Some people might think it's just that.
Yeah.
Like it's just one motherfucker pushing motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just you know what I mean? Like some people might just think bullying is so one dimensional, but it's not.
And I would respect that still.
I mean, yeah. But then it's just yeah. You obviously like it's respect at the end of the day, but it's just it's almost like naiveness to it, because that's not it, bro.
Right.
Like that's not where it stops, though.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like it don't stop there. Like that's a segment, or that's a portion, that's a fraction of bullying.
Yeah, that's just a branch.
So that's just like one of the branches. Like Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
y'all can think of how would y'all so you can keep listening to something that you were listening, but like what it looks like some way that you could think, and I'm gonna think while you're saying we can just feed off each other what it looks like exactly.
Yeah, and so at least for me, bullying, and I love that it's not just two people, but more than two people, because we each have different experiences.
Right.
Like Gus,
Bro, every time.
Chi-Town. I mean, I know a lot of people from Chi-Town. I have family that used to live in Chi-Town. So Chi-Town is just a different breed. Y'all blood is different. I'm just being real. But like he said, it's the environment. And so he had thick blood in him. Just, that I'm gonna put it that way. He had thick blood. And he had a thick coat, but he used it in a positive way, because many people would have used it in a negative way, But at least for me, what I see bullying as is, it's a constant thing. It's not just one day. It's not just, here and there. It's like constant. I mean, it's like years. It's like months. It's seasons of, getting called names, physical, getting pushed, getting punched, spat on, emotional bullying, physical bullying, social bullying in the sense of groups, teasing, rumors. What else? That's what bullying looks like to me and how I see it. But that's because I associate it with what I grew up with, because that's how I got bullied. So that's how I see bullying. But again, it wasn't a one-time thing. I went to school one day, it happened. No, it was like constant. And so how I put it, or how I see it, is like literally a heavy bull just coming at you nonstop, and you're trying to get away. You got this red flag and you're trying to make it stop, but it's constantly coming at you with words, with hands, with whatever. So yeah, that's how I see bullying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I see it very similar. Like, I think it can happen in one moment? Yeah, I think so. I think, you can bully somebody. Like I said, if we're out somewhere and you're picking on someone because you see that you have an advantage over them. You think that you're oversized, or honestly, you just see that they're a person that's easy to take advantage of. So I've seen that happen momentarily, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I can see bullying happening even just in a blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? But typically, my experience has been a repetition thing too. You know what I mean? Like, more so, like, it's happened over and over every day, a few times a day. Like, it was constant as fuck. Like you said, that whole bull coming at you. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it was my, me getting chased home every day. When it was about my clothes every day. This was every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I really, I more relate to that one. But like I said, I can see somebody get picked on
in a moment.
In a moment.
Yep,
in a moment, whether it be, what I'm saying, at a public place or in a private space. You know what I'm saying? When you're, bullying, what it looks like to me ultimately is like, again, picking on, whether it be physical, you know what I'm saying, pushing, punching, or emotionally. You know what I'm saying? When you're playing with somebody's feelings, you know what I'm saying? Try to, force them to basically you're taking advantage of somebody. You know what I'm saying? You're really taking advantage of somebody because you know you can. Because you know you can. And because you know that they almost won't fight back for themselves. And even if they do fight back for themselves, they're not strong enough in your eyes that it don't matter. So I'll keep attacking them in a sense, whether it be with words, verbal, you know what I'm saying, whether it be, what I'm saying, trying to make them cry, trying to, what I'm saying, talk about, their, something that that can break them up inside, you know what I'm saying, make them sad or mad, and then obviously the physical, y'all know how that goes, you know what I'm saying, pushing them all the time, plucking at them, or, just a little shove, constantly, like, it's so I just think it's just trying to take advantage. Ultimately, it's trying to take advantage of somebody you can take advantage of, that won't stick up for themselves, and that even if you think they wouldn't stick up with them, it wouldn't matter because you feel ultimately you're stronger than them, so you keep picking them. You know, and I do believe it happens. It can happen momentarily, or it can happen frequently, or in repetition. But I feel like more so often I've witnessed it and I've experienced it in a frequent or in a repetitive nature.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like how she was saying, she hit it right, like head on. Where it's just like, there's plenty of ways to like, cause like I see it a lot where it's just like on social media or like in person.
Social media.
Yeah, yeah, cause yeah, like social media or like in person or just there's plenty of ways to do it. And it's just like I feel like bullying overall at the end of the day, what it is just you trying to make someone like belittle someone else, you know what I'm saying, or take advantage of someone else, or disrespect their, just disrespect them and like their emotion or just them as a person. Because it's just like, if you think about it too, it's just like when, but that's why I asked y'all if like y'all ever bully someone, because it's just like when you get older, like the people that you bully and like y'all talk and stuff like that now, because it's like the people that try to bully me, like when I moved like from Chicago to here, like, and I seen them like in high school and stuff like that, and I would ask them like, "Yo, why would you try to like do that?" And it's just like as the older as they got, they always be like, "I honestly don't know." Like sometimes sometimes when people bully, yeah, because sometimes when people bully, it's like they really don't know why they do it. It's just an instinct for them to do it, and they just do it.
Bro, it's just a quick segue. I mean, not even segue, but just to compliment that particular. So the dude that hit me in the back of my head that one day, right? Fast forward, that was fourth grade, whatever age fourth grade is, right? I think like
9, 10,
10, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So fast forward, I'm in high school, 17, 18 years old. So fast forward that many years, he comes out because he's close to he knows my sisters and stuff like that. He comes out here and he's excited to see me. And like my instant memory was back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then I was also instantly smart enough to be like, that was also back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could feel his energy was pure when he's like, "Bro, what's up? How you been?" Like, I could feel
that's crazy.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's not
crazy. I couldn't even hold the grudge too hard, but I did feel it in there though. I could still feel it, but I couldn't let it like conquer how I had an exchange with him.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I could feel it though. So like you said, I didn't question him though, like you just did. I now that I think about it, I'm like, then I'd have been cool to question him on that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But at that moment, it just was like it was a shocker. I was also kind of confused, like, damn, what the fuck are you making it seem like when you approach like this, you like make it seem like we had a close relationship or something. You know what I'm saying? Like we never talked like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you as the older you get, like how we were saying earlier too, and like how she was saying, like I feel like the older you get, it's just like you don't really see it, you don't encounter it, because it's just like people grow out of it. I feel like bullying mostly happens like elementary to like I want to say like even up to high school. I say like freshman, sophomore year of high school, because I ain't gonna stun. I seen it a lot, like my freshman, sophomore year, but my junior year, senior year, bro, I ain't see it.
Niggas is not trying. Trying to get out of school.
Or people had jobs, or they were more into their sport, or they were just more into something that distinguished who they were.
It's less likely though.
Yeah, it's like it happens in high school, like freshman, sophomore year, but it's very rare you see someone getting bullied like junior, senior year. Like obviously, like how we say, there's rumors and there's fights and shit like that, but it's just like it's not really bullying, because like if they fight, they're trying to hash shit out or figure shit out, get to the bottom of it. It's not the right way to do it, but that's their learning way of like getting like through that problem or whatever. So I feel like this message is more like this segment is more for like the younger kids or for adults. Like if you see it, like put a stop to it. Like you obviously know what it feels like to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like what it felt like to go through all that shit. Or maybe you didn't experience it like how I didn't experience it. Like you have like that thick blood or some shit where it's just like, oh, it don't phase you, but you've seen other people around you, like how it affects them or how it hurts them. And it's just like right from wrong. But like for the younger kids, like if you gotta tell them something, it's just like at the end of the day, like it's gonna happen to all of us. Like I said, it's whether like how she was saying, it's whether if you want to pay attention to it or not. Whether you want to get stuck in what they're saying and believe what they're saying or not. Because it's just like, how you going to believe something they're telling you? They don't know you. They're looking at you from the outside. So, I mean, just like how we always say, just be yourself. Be yourself and don't be ashamed of yourself. And, you know, we all move and grow in different,
right?
Different, yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm 27, you know what I'm saying? And just because I'm 27, there could be someone that's freshly graduated, 18, 19, that got a whole house and, you know, I don't got my own crib of my own or something like that, you know, or they got their own, like, little business side hustle and I don't, you know, it doesn't make you right or wrong. There's never a right time for anything. It's the right time is when it's your time. You know what I'm saying?
Good. Yeah. I like that.
I was gonna say that too. So that was great advice. What advice you got? For somebody maybe being bullied.
I'll really just direct it to the young people because, I mean, I see it a lot when I go to schools. I mean, till this day.
Not for real. You ain't lying. Like when you schools, bro, you really just see it. Like it's so fucking like, bro.
It's a norm to them.
Bro, and they think this is the funniest shit in the world.
It's a norm
like
to y'all.
Like, you know, especially we're talking about middle schoolers.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Elementary is not as much. It is, but I feel like the middle school, it's just so intense in the middle school.
It gets intense.
Yeah, it gets intense because you have different elements now.
Intensified,
you know, sex is involved.
Yep. Drugs.
You know, drugs is
smoking.
involved. You know, all this shit is involved. And so it's just, you know, elementary is like a premature stage.
It's amplified, yeah.
Yeah.
So to the young people, you know, really, for me, with everything, especially with change, no change can occur until change internally happens within you.
Yeah.
And so that goes to bullying. Definitely young people, take a step back, let go of your pride and ego, self-analyze and self-evaluate. Just really take a look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, am I a bully? Am I being bullied? And then how can you go about it and what can you do? Let's say you are the bully, okay? What's going on internally? Don't point any fingers at nobody but yourself. What's going on with you that's causing you to constantly be, you know, picking at somebody, pushing somebody, calling people names, spreading rumors, whatever. And if you're not the bully, what can you do to intervene? Because you can't stop something that's in motion. You can only intervene, get in between of it. And so those are my words to the young people, some encouragement really, and some empowerment. Really just take a step back and self-analyze and self-evaluate what's going on inside of your environment. At least for me, why I was bullied or why I bullied was because of being bullied. I had so much pain and anger inside of me that I was taking it out on people. And it didn't take me to like high school, maybe after high school, that I took a step back and self-evaluated and self-analyzed myself. I was like, oh my gosh, I was a bully. Oh my, and I was sad because I looked back and I was like, I was just hurting. I was being bullied, but because of stuff going on at home and then just internal stuff like self-worth, self-love, self-respect, I was like, dang. And so really come to just own up to yourself and then go out and help somebody. Spread more love than hate. So yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I think I couldn't agree more with both of what you guys said. To say it in my own words, to anybody being bullied first, I'm gonna address that first. To anybody being bullied, yeah, I just want to say, man, like, look in the mirror, live your truth. You know what I mean? Like, really live your truth. Like, be who you are. You know what I'm saying? And if that means that people in crowds want to laugh at you because you're less fortunate, you grew up, your mom and your dad don't have a lot of finances to buy you new shoes every week or even dinner, sometimes not even every year. You know what I'm saying? You got to wear the same shoes for 2-3 years straight. It's okay. Yeah, I did it too. You know, you'll be able to make your own difference once you start making your money and you can start, you know, but also at the same time, man, like you'll learn as you get older, that shit really don't mean shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like my guy right here used to be a shoe head. You know what I mean? Not that he still don't, he's not infatuated or like it still, but he understood how much like it's a values thing. Like when you really start learning and you start having responsibilities,
Mm.
shoes or clothes is not as important as paying your bills. You know what I mean? Having lights on, having gas in the house, you know, having food on your fucking plate, you know, your rent paid. You know, these things are more important than that. And you might have to sacrifice shoes and clothes for that in the future. So it's okay. And then you can appreciate that you've already learned how to do it as a young kid. You didn't have a lot of shit. So when you get older, like for me, I don't have no infatuation with shit no more. Like the clothes and shit. And I don't need it now. And even with me having money, it's just not an appetite for me now. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up without it. So I already know what it's like to live without it. You know, so you'll see it's actually more of a benefit than it isn't. You know, when you get older, because a lot of those guys that get older, that they would get spoiled by their parents, and they get older, and if they don't have that money to pay for that, I mean, that could be a shock. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for those being bullied, man, just love yourself, man. Like I said, like they were both saying, like live your truth. You know, accept what you got. Learn to love, like J. Cole said, love yours, man. Learn to love what you have, who you have, and all that, man. And then to those that are bullying, if you watching this and you may not be aware and you just heard all this, you're like, damn, I didn't realize I was bullied sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now that you become aware of it, though, it's time to, like she said, it's time to make your change. You know what I'm saying? Like you can change that now. You know, you can actually change that now. You know, you can't change what you've done, but you can change what you do from now on. You know what I'm saying? So just change it. You know what I'm saying? If you know you hurting people, you know you ain't making people feel good constantly, consistently, or even just rarely. You know what I'm saying? And you know your intentions weren't pure or they weren't good, then yeah, just change it, bro. Like do your best to just treat people right, love people, like you said, spread that love. So that's my biggest advice. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just come wear that shit, man. And just do what you can do. Just treat people right, bro. Treat people how you really want to be treated, man, or better. I really stand on it. That's my favorite thing to stand on, man. Like yeah, it keeps me at peace with everything, bro. Like I know I'm just treating people right. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Because this work gets harder when you get older. It's tough. You know, some of y'all that pay bills, y'all know, y'all can relate. Like that shit. You know, some of y'all that got other responsibilities, not just paying bills, but having to pay other people's bills and feed other people. You know, that should be. I mean, that weight adds up, man. That weight adds up, man, and it wears on you. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much what I gotta say about it, man.
Yeah, the only thing I could just probably add on is also because I don't know how other like communities, like not communities, but um like other cultures are, but like in the Hispanic culture, yeah, like in the Hispanic culture, because I know it happens because like it happens a lot, like in not in my immediate family, but like in my family where we are like that, where it's like we're like tough on each other and stuff, where it's just like tough love. But if your own like family's bullying you or anything, like making fun of you or something, like address that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like in the Hispanic culture, we tend to like give each other like names like since we're young or something, or just call each other names or just say like some like out of pocket shit, you know what I'm saying? But at a young age, so it's just like when you grow up, at least with me too, that's what maybe that's why I had like tough skin or something, but like when I got to like school or something like that, like it wouldn't phase me because it's like it could be a pro and a con because like me, the way I took it is just like, oh, my own family like loves me and stuff and they're doing it, but it's just like they're not doing it in a way to hurt me. They're not, like they're trying to do it like in a way like, oh, like accept who you are, that's who you are type shit, you know what I'm saying? But it could also affect someone that doesn't have the mindset where I have, where it's just like you start to fall into that, you start believing, and it's just like when other people are saying it's just like it hurts you even more and more. It's like damn, like my own family's against me, people are against me. It's like where do I go type shit, you know? So it's just like always address that. Like if your own family's like calling you names or stuff like that, like if your parents are like saying or give you a name or something, then you don't fuck with it or something like something like yo, I don't like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm your kid. Like respect me.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Because it does happen like in the Hispanic culture where it's just like it's just I don't know where it started either. Like to be real, it's just like that's just how we are. Like to be real, it's just yeah, it's just like a lot of people call each other like gordo, like that's fat.
Fat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like it just sticks and it sticks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it could have a toll on that person. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I've been called fat my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
It could though. It could.
Or it could go like how I'm saying they have the mindset where mine's just like it don't phase you type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
like my own family calls me that shit. Why you're not gonna
Like,
phase
they
me?
don't love me.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
But
I
that's
get
what I'm
that.
saying. Yeah, so just if you feel a type of way, just address it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like don't let that shit wear you down because it's just like there's no right or wrong. Like, you know, just have that conversation with that person. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're doing it like how I said, like tough love, like they're just doing it like out of love, like, you know what I'm saying? But if you address it where it's like they're hurting, they're like, oh damn, my bad, I didn't mean it that way, and I'll just stop it. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So
Maybe
yeah,
they don't know. Yeah, if you don't
exactly,
speak on, I don't think some people might not know.
exactly.
Even if they know, like you might not, because sometimes you might laugh it off, or sometimes you might smack your lips, but if you don't really just say it very directly, like, hey, I'd appreciate you not calling me that,
Yeah,
or like, I don't like that, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Then some people are just gonna keep going, you know what I'm saying? And, I was going to tag on to that too, man. Like, I was gonna say, man, like, when you um it was, yeah, so it was in a sense of how was I gonna say it? It was Marlon Boyd for a second. It happens, man. I might be going so many damn places. You were say what were you saying again? I don't
The whole culture.
No, it wasn't about, yeah, it was just about just not what would just happen to you, somebody just being called.
That it
Gordo.
affects eventually, like it affects you. You start to believe it.
Okay, so no, we just okay. Also saying you were saying like to not tell people like not to call you. Oh, there you go. So yeah, just if you can, that's what I was gonna say. So if you can, yeah, tell people that, right. If they disrespect or whatever, and to continue it, I would say first thing to do is I would say walk away from that shit. Just walk away, bro. If you know what you are, that's what I say. That's one big factor of like why self love and self worth is huge. Like, because when you actually know that's not what you are, or if it is what you are, if you are heavier, but it's like, okay, cool. It's not funny to me that you keep saying it. Just walk away. Like, why entertain it?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then if you ever have to stand your ground, I mean, you gotta stand your ground. I mean, teach his own, man. I don't. I feel like there's so many different ways to do it other than fighting, but I know some people believe differently. You know what I'm saying? Just stand your ground, bro. Like, just like, bro, I'm not about to like. I like Tizzy, bro. Like, it's just not gonna phase me, bro. At the end of the day,
yeah.
I mean, whatever you say or call me or whatever, even like you push me to something, like, bro, I'm not. It's not hard for me to walk away, bro, and I can take a punch. So I'm not worried about none of that shit, bro. I just been there before. I don't care about that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is just, to me, it's immaturity. You know. So, and it shows a lack of understanding how to solve problems. You know. So, is there anything else you want to really want?
Just change your mindset. What I'm getting out of just along with it being about or your environment playing a part, it's also just where your mind is set to be at. It's just reality. Some people have a weak mind, and I don't say that in a disrespectful way or to say you're really weak and you can't be strong, but just the reality of it. Some of us have weak minds, and it's okay. I guess the question or to ask yourself is, what are you going to do to strengthen your mind? Because with it being about your environment, if you're a young person, whether you're in elementary and you're growing up in this environment where you're constantly being emotionally, mentally abused, verbally abused, you come to have a weak mind. And then now you're into middle school and high school, and the bullying is even more painful than ever has been. And so if you can identify yourself as having a weak mind, which is okay, what are you going to do? What steps? What are you going to do to strengthen your mind? Because when it comes to bullying, if you're in such low mental state and you're constantly being bullied in whatever form or type or whatever that looks like for you, it can definitely drain you and even lower you down to a lower place for yourself. So definitely check your mindset. And just help yourself be better. So that's it for bullying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, if you like this shit, man, go ahead and like that for us. Let's like say thank you for coming out, yo.
Thank you.
For coming on Express.
For real.
We appreciate it. If you got a moment, comment, man. Share your stories with us if you'd like to, man. We're so open to it. If you care, or you know somebody that you care about can benefit from this material or this topic, man, go ahead and hit that share button for us.
Yeah.
And if you're down for the ride,
Subscribe.
It's that simple, man. You know how that go, man. Hey, this is Express Yourself.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Waves, man. Let's go.
Sir, bro.
My boy. Lexi.
Good
Come on.
segment.
Appreciate you, girl. Appreciate you.
Good segment.
That's love.